You ever wonder why some people seem to level up year after year while others stay stuck in the same place? It's not luck, it's not just talent, it's a plan that works. See, success isn't something that happens overnight. It's something you build step by step with intention. And if you're willing to commit, if you're willing to follow the process, in 1 year, your life can look completely different. The first step, define your vision clearly. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. You need a vision so strong that it pulls you out of bed in the morning, even when you don't feel like it. Write it down, speak it out loud, get serious about it. Second, your daily habits must match your goals. You can't say you want success, but wake up late, waste time, and make excuses. Every single day should have actions that bring you closer to your dream. Small steps taken consistently create unstoppable momentum. Third, check your circle. If the people around you are inspiring, supporting, or challenging you, you're in the wrong room. Get around winners. Get around people who believe in growth, because energy is contagious, good and bad. Fourth, expect setbacks but never quit. Hard times will come, doors will close, people will doubt you, but you gotta keep pushing. Every great success story includes failure. The difference? Successful people get back up. They don't let a no stop them from getting to their yes. Fifth, trust the process and stay faithful. When you put in the work, doors will open in ways you never expected. But you gotta believe. If you give up too soon, you'll never see what was waiting for you just around the corner. And finally, take action now. Too many people wait for the perfect time. They wait until they feel ready. But the truth is, the perfect time is now. Start with what you have, start where you are, because the only thing standing between you and success is action. Listen, in 1 year, your life could be completely different. Your finances, your relationships, your career, it can all change. But only if you decide today that you're done making excuses, done playing small, and ready to put in the work. Let's make this year the one where everything changes. The only question is, are you ready? Listen, the number one reason people don't succeed is simple. They don't even know where they're going. You can't hit a target if you don't have one. See, success is intentional. It don't just happen by accident. You gotta sit down, get quiet, and ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what your friends want, not what your family expects. What do you want? Now let me tell you something. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. That's real. If you don't write it down, it ain't real. You gotta put it on paper. Speak it out loud. See, when you write it down, when you give it words, something powerful happens. You start training your mind to focus on it. And once your mind is locked in, your actions start lining up with your vision. But here's the catch. You can't just have a wish. A wish is weak. A vision is strong. A wish is, I hope this happens. A vision is, this will happen. And I'm putting in the work to make sure it does. Big difference. Now, some of y'all are thinking, but I don't know what I want. Let me tell you something. Deep down, you do. You've had dreams since you were a kid. You've imagined a better life. You've seen yourself doing something great. The problem is, life has beaten that vision out of you. People have told you it's impossible. You've talked yourself out of it. But let me ask you, why not you? Why can't you be the one who breaks through? That's why you gotta get serious about this. Stop letting doubt take over. Stop listening to people who ain't going nowhere. Get clear on what you want, because if you don't, life will choose for you. And guess what? If you let life decide, you're gonna end up settling. You're gonna wake up one day wondering, how did I get here? Instead of saying, I planned this, I built this, I made this happen. And let me tell you this, when you define your vision, when you start seeing it so clearly that you can feel it, taste it, touch it, things start shifting, doors start opening, people start showing up in your life to help you. You'll start attracting opportunities you never even imagined. But it all starts with you getting clear, writing it down, and believing it's possible. Because the moment you do that, that's the moment everything starts changing. Create daily habits that match your goals. Success ain't magic. It ain't luck. It's discipline, straight up. Everybody wants to win, but the real question is, are you willing to put in the daily work? See, dreams don't work unless you do. You can sit around all day talking about what you want, but if your habits don't match that goal, you're just fooling yourself. Let me tell you something. Your success is hidden in your daily routine, not in some big breakthrough, not in some overnight moment. It's in what you do every single day. See, people think millionaires and successful folks got some secret formula. Nah, they just built habits that push them closer to their vision, and they do it consistently. Now, take a look at your own habits. Be honest with yourself. If you say you want to be successful, but you sleep in late, waste hours scrolling on your phone, hang around people who do nothing but complain, you ain't really serious. You got to check yourself. What are you doing every day that's pushing you toward your goal? And what's pulling you away? Because here's the thing, success is intentional. You don't just stumble into greatness. You got to structure your day in a way that sets you up to win. That means getting up earlier if you have to. That means cutting out distractions. That means focusing on growth every single day. And let me tell you something else. Small things matter. It ain't always about making giant leaps. Sometimes it's just about taking the right steps consistently over time. You say you want to be successful? Then act like it. Winners don't waste time. Winners don't make excuses. Winners create a schedule, a system, a routine that lines up with where they're trying to go. You got to wake up every day and ask yourself, is what I'm doing today getting me closer to my dream, or is it keeping me stuck? Because if your daily actions don't reflect your goals, then your goals ain't real. They just wishes. And listen, habits ain't always easy to build. At first, it's hard. You're gonna wanna quit. You're gonna feel like it ain't working. But let me tell you something. Success is built in the moments when you feel like giving up, but keep going anyway. That's where the real difference is made. See, most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack discipline. They fail because they let distractions win. They fail because they keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow, instead of handling business today. But if you can get serious about your habits, if you can train yourself to do the right things every single day, that's when everything starts changing. Surround yourself with the right people. Let me tell you something. Who you hang around determines where you go, point blank. You can have all the talent in the world, the best ideas, the biggest dreams, but if you're surrounded by negative, lazy, uninspired people, you're setting yourself up to fail. Because energy is contagious. Attitudes are contagious. If you sit in a room full of complainers long enough, guess what? You're gonna start complaining too. See, life is about connections. Who you roll with matters. You ever notice how successful people know other successful people? That ain't by accident. They don't waste time with folks who drain their energy. They don't let small-minded people talk them out of their dreams. They surround themselves with winners, with go-getters, with people who challenge them to think bigger and do better. Now let me ask you, who's in your circle? Are the people around you pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they clapping when you win, or are they secretly hoping you fail? Because let's be real, not everybody in your life is meant to go where you're going. Some folks are comfortable being average. Some folks don't want to see you outgrow them. Some folks will smile in your face, but secretly hate on you behind your back. That's why you got to be careful. You got to protect your space. Stop letting people in your life who don't bring value. Stop keeping people around just because you've known them forever. Longevity don't mean loyalty. If somebody ain't adding to your life, they're subtracting from it. Now, This part is tough. Sometimes that means outgrowing people. And that's hard, especially when it's family or old friends. But listen, your future is too important to waste trying to drag people with you who don't want to grow. Some people ain't meant to take the journey with you. Some people are only in your life for a season. And if you keep trying to hold on to folks who ain't meant to be there, you're only slowing yourself down. But here's the good news. When you make room for the right people, everything changes. When you start surrounding yourself with folks who are driven, focused, and successful, you level up. You start thinking differently. You start moving differently. You start seeing opportunities you never even noticed before. Because the truth is, the right people will inspire you. They'll challenge you. They'll push you when you feel like giving up. They'll remind you of your greatness when you forget. And that kind of support, that kind of motivation is priceless. Develop resilience and keep moving. Let me tell you something. Life is going to hit you. That's a guarantee. Ain't nobody out here getting a free pass. I don't care how talented you are, how smart you are, how much potential you got. At some point, you're going to get knocked down. But the real question is, what are you going to do when that happens? See, most people give up too soon. They hit a roadblock, face a little rejection, go through a tough season, and they quit. They start thinking, maybe this ain't for me. Maybe I'm not meant to win. But let me tell you something. Setbacks are a part of the process. You ain't failing, you're learning. You ain't losing, you're growing. Every successful person you admire has been through something that should have broken them. And you know why they made it? Because they refused to quit. See, resilience is the difference between people who make it and people who don't. The ones who succeed ain't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who kept moving when everything was telling them to stop. They're the ones who got told no 100 times, but kept pushing until they found a yes. They're the ones who faced obstacles, but didn't let those obstacles define them. Listen, life don't care about your excuses. It don't care about how unfair things are. It don't care about what went wrong in your past. You can sit around feeling sorry for yourself, or you can get up and fight for your dream. And let me tell you something. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you success. You got to decide that no matter what comes your way, you're going to keep moving. You ever heard of a bounce back spirit? That's what you need. See, some folks crumble under pressure, but others, they bend, but they don't break. They take the hit, but they stand back up. They get knocked down, but they dust themselves off and keep going. That's resilience. And if you want to win, you need that spirit in you. Now, let me be real with you. Resilience ain't easy. It's tough to keep pushing when you feel like nothing is working. It's tough to stay motivated when everything around you is falling apart. But here's what I know. Every storm passes. Every tough season comes to an end. But you gotta be there when it does. You gotta be the one standing when the dust settles. So when life hits you, when doors close, when people doubt you, when things get hard, don't fold. Don't let temporary pain make you forget where you're headed. Keep your head up, keep your face strong, and most importantly, keep moving. Because the only way to lose is to stop. Trust the process and stay faithful. Let me tell you something. Success don't happen overnight. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be great. But the problem is most people don't want to wait. They want it fast. They want it easy. They want it now. But that ain't how life works. See, there's a process to this thing. There's a journey you got to go through. And if you try to skip steps, you're only setting yourself up to fail. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I've been working hard. I've been grinding. When is it going to happen for me? Listen, I get it. It's frustrating when you're putting in the work but not seeing results. It's tough when it feels like everybody else is getting their breakthrough but you. But let me ask you something. Do you trust the process? Do you believe that everything is happening for a reason? Do you have the faith to keep going even when nothing seems to be working? Because let me tell you something, delay is not denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet don't mean it won't happen. Just because the door hasn't opened yet don't mean it's not coming. Your time is coming. But you got to trust that the process is shaping you, preparing you, molding you into the person you need to be for when that breakthrough finally comes. See, God ain't gonna give you something you ain't ready for. That dream you got, that vision you see, it's big. And in order to handle it, you gotta be strong enough, wise enough, disciplined enough. That's why the process is necessary. It's teaching you patience, it's teaching you resilience, it's teaching you how to handle success when it finally shows up. Because let me tell you, if you get something before you're ready for it, you'll lose it. Now, I ain't saying the wait is easy. It's hard to keep believing when you don't see progress. It's hard to stay motivated when the world keeps telling you no. But that's where faith comes in. Faith is believing even when there's no evidence. Faith is showing up every day, putting in the work, trusting that the breakthrough is coming, even if you don't know when. And let me tell you, everybody who's ever made it had to go through this. Everybody. The most successful people in the world had moments where they wanted to quit. But you know what separated them from the rest? They didn't give up. They trusted the process. They stayed faithful. They kept going even when it didn't make sense. And eventually, everything fell into place. So don't let doubt talk you out of your dream. Don't let frustration make you quit too soon. Because the truth is, you're closer than you think. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep doing the work, because if you stay faithful to the process will be faithful to you. Take action now, not later. Let me tell you something. The biggest killer of dreams ain't failure, it's procrastination. It's waiting, it's overthinking. It's saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before you know it, you're sitting there wondering where all the time went. Listen, there's no perfect time. There is no moment where everything will line up just right, where all the lights turn green and the road is clear. That ain't how success works. You gotta move now. You gotta start where you are with what you have and figure it out along the way. See, most people spend their whole lives waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for more money, waiting until they feel ready. But let me ask you something. What if your future is waiting on you? What if everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of one decision, but you keep putting it off? You ever hear people say, one day, I'm gonna start that business. One day, I'm gonna chase my dream. One day, I'm gonna get serious about my life. Let me tell you something. One day is a lie. It don't exist. You either do it today or you never do it. Now, I ain't saying you gotta have it all figured out. Nobody starts off knowing everything. But the difference between successful people and everybody else, they move first, then they figure it out. They jump and build their wings on the way down. They take risks, they make mistakes, but they learn, they adjust, and they keep going. And let me tell you this, you ain't always gonna feel ready. Fear will try to talk you out of it. Doubt will creep in. You'll start thinking, what if I fail? What if it don't work? But let me flip that. What if it does work? What if this is the move that changes your whole life? See, the people who make it in life ain't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who took a chance. They're the ones who saw an opportunity and jumped on it. They're the ones who refuse to let fear keep them stuck. So let me ask you, how much longer are you gonna wait? How many more excuses you gonna make? Because time ain't waiting on you. Life keeps moving whether you do or not, and at some point you gotta make a decision. Do you wanna keep dreaming or do you wanna start doing? Because the truth is, your future is in your hands, but only if you take action. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Listen, success is not luck, it's a choice. It's built day by day, step by step, through discipline, resilience, and action. Over the next year, you have the power to completely change your life, but only if you're willing to commit to the process. Define your vision clearly so you know exactly where you're going. Create daily habits that push you closer to your goal. Surround yourself with the right people who inspire and challenge you. Develop resilience because setbacks are part of the journey. Trust the process and stay faithful even when the results aren't immediate. And most importantly, take action now, not later, because the truth is nobody is coming to save you. There is no perfect moment, no magic shortcut. You already have everything you need. You just have to make the decision to start. So let me ask you one final question. A year from now, do you want to look back and see progress, or do you want to look back and see another year wasted? The choice is yours. But if you're serious about success, there's only one option. Get moving, stay focused, and make this year the year everything changes.